If I could go back to the good old golden days where there was those movie rental stores, I would be picking this movie on a Friday night. Hey all, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jordan and I love watching movies and then I review them by answering 3 different categories. The one thing I liked, the one thing I hated, and the one thing I would change about it. And today I am reviewing the Flintstones. So go grab your popcorn and your candy and let's dive on in. Before I start, I just want you guys, hey, come on girl. This is my kitty Loyal. You've probably seen her in the background. She's not the biggest fan of being held and stuff, so okay, bye-bye. That's who she is in the background. The movie follows Fred Flintstone, a guy who just wants more in life. Even though he already has a beautiful wife, a job, a massive house, a kid, a dino, but that's just my 2 cents. Anyways, so his company is offering this promotion to become VP, and all they have to do is take a test and see who wins to become VP. Since Fred lent money to his best friend Barney for wanting to adopt a kid, Barney ends up swapping his test answers with Fred's as a way to repay him. And since Barney actually got the highest score, Fred is declared as the winner and he becomes VP of the company. But what Fred doesn't know about this job is that the position is kind of a ghost position or a fraudulent position where essentially it is created for the main, like his main boss dude, to embezzle money through Fred's name. And to keep Fred distracted from not realizing that's happening, the boss man, I'm just gonna call him the boss man. The boss man tells Fred, hey, live luxury life. You're VP. Here's more money. Just enjoy life. And that's the kickoff to Fred's transformation. The one thing I liked about this movie was how fun it was overall. Now, I didn't grow up watching this cartoon, so please take what I say with a grain of salt for those of you who are diehard Flintstone fans. But that said, honestly, the movie was just such a lighthearted story. The jokes were here and there, the set was really fun, the cast was great. I mean, overall, it was just fun. Don't get me wrong, I am a huge fan of deep storytelling, but, you know, sometimes that gets a little too intense, and I just need something a little bit lighter, and this movie provided that lightness for me. I actually wish I've seen this movie earlier because it is such an easy movie to watch. You know, it's that type of movie where you just put on in the background, and I don't mean that as a jab, I actually do mean that as a compliment. If it's just a hard day and I just need to be scrolling through my phone while a movie's in the background, I'm gonna put this on, if it's still on Netflix at that moment. Now, the one thing that I hated about this movie was the world building. Something just felt off with it. I get it that the premise of the Flintstones is that they're set in the Stone Age, though they have all the modern conveniences. But seeing it live action just really felt off to me. Maybe it was the TV, but I mean, there was some other tech that was in there that I'm like, yeah, I don't know, it just seems a little off. Look, I don't mind movies where it's clearly not of this moment, yet they are showcasing cultural moments. I didn't want to use moment twice, but I guess I am. I'm so sorry for all you wordsmithers out there. A few examples are Monsters Inc., the Bee Movie, but the examples I provided are animated movies, so that kind of helps me suspend my disbelief there. But who knows, maybe if I actually watched this cartoon before the live action, I would probably be a little bit more on board with this, because I'm assuming the cartoon was trying to showcase, you know, that current technology at that time. It just didn't really click for me. The one thing that I would change about this movie is give Fred a little bit more character development. Fred's supposed to be going through this big character change because he's getting a ton of money, but to be honest, I just don't think he was changing that much. The movie tells us he's changed. Barney literally says you're changing or something like that. But I don't think his actions were reflecting it. Even after he got the VP job, he was still friends with Barney. He was still giving Barney luxuries, going out to dinner. He even let Barney stay at his house when times are tough. He even had to fire Barney his first day on the job, and though it sucked a lot, he was still very encouraging to Barney. I mean, you can see deep down that hurt him.
You're fired.
Fired?
Honestly, I would have loved to seen a little bit more of a spiral down for Fred. Like, how greedy can Fred get? Does he start keeping all the luxuries to himself? Would he knowingly take the money that he knows isn't his? Would he try to do things at work to get more money? Or, like, at what point does he stop caring about his family because he's just starting to get engulfed with the money? I know I said that I really enjoyed that this was a lighthearted film, but, like, let's give a little bit more character depth to Fred. Let's see a little bit more of a downfall for him. And I think doing that would have made his redemption hit a little bit harder. Just make it pinch a little bit. Overall, I had a really good time watching the Flintstones. I gave it 3 stars on Letterboxd. That's a pretty solid average movie. I kind of wish I knew about this movie when I was going to my local movie rental store on Friday nights. I always pick Power Rangers. I cannot believe I made my mom spend so much money on me watching the same exact thing over and over and over again. Though all the Power Rangers slap. I will say that. But I might have actually rented this movie a lot more too had I seen it as a kid. But that's okay. I'll just watch it every single time Netflix brings it on. And with that said, if you like honest movie reviews, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Help me get to 1,000. It's like a partnership. I make these videos and then you get to enjoy and watch them. And what's great is I post every Wednesdays and Saturdays. And if you hit that bell for notification, you'll be reminded so you don't have to miss out on a video. How convenient. Also, I do want to know what movies you want me to watch. So go ahead and drop your suggestions in the comments and I may review them. And if you want to know what I'm watching, what I might review, I do have Letterboxd. So go ahead and follow me. I'll put my username in the description below. And that's it for today. So go ahead and stock up on your popcorn and candy and I will see you next time.